Practice this to stop feeling hurt. So what should we practice? Let us find out in this video. Om Shanti, I'm Garret, yogi, life coach as well as spiritual enthusiast. So a lot of my works in this channel is to spread the words of love, light and positive message out to the world. So if you can resonate with some of my contents, please show some love, hit like, subscribe, share your learnings in the comment section below. It will help you reaffirm your learnings as well as to help those that are about to watch this video. Okay, so today what shall we learn about practicing in order for us to stop feeling hurt again? The value of forgiveness. So let us head into the topic for today. So in forgiveness lies the sovereign recipe for so many of these physical ailments that affect us, as well as the mental anxieties, and many people fail to realize that. So how do we cultivate this virtue of forgiveness then? A client of mine came up to me and said, Garret, I'm always restless. My health is crumbling. When I sit in meditation, my mind is tremendously agitated. Where is the solution? So I asked, are you actually harboring some form of resentment? And she said, yes. So I said, you need to learn forgiveness then. Okay? Because I've actually struggled with that many years ago. Okay? So I said, you need to learn forgiveness. This is a gift that we give not to others but to ourselves. There's actually this story that I shared. Okay, one former inmate, right, the German concentration camp in the Second World War, he actually asked another inmate, have you forgiven the Nazis yet? He said yes. So the first one said, I have not. The second said, in that case they still have you in prison. So this is the prison of resentment. When we resent somebody's behaviors towards us, that negative sentiment acts like poisons upon our own hearts. That is why it is said that resentment is like drinking poison and hoping that the other person dies, but who suffers? Okay? This is the reason why all great spiritual teachers and religion traditions emphasize a lot about practicing forgiveness. This is the one virtue that all of us will need, because we find ourselves in an imperfect world where people are self-centered, selfish, which is actually quite natural because everybody is in the realm of Maya. Okay, and if you do not know what Maya is, the material energy of God. Okay, we behave well with others and they respond badly to us. So this is most often the case. Okay, if we are not able to practice forgiveness, we will end up filling our minds with grudges and hurts. In forgiveness lies the sovereign recipe for so many of these physical ailments that afflict us to mental anxieties as well. So how do we cultivate the virtue of forgiveness? It needs just one perspective rather than thinking in a very comfortable situation. Think of how you can progress. Then in this hurtful behavior of others, you will find the opportunity to grow spiritually. We can take inspiration from this story of Sant Tukaram. Okay, so Sant Tukaram, right, was a grihast. He is a saint. So is a very family man saint. Okay, based at home. His wife is a terrible nature, very bad-tempered. So one day, right, there was nothing at home and he was sitting there doing his bhajans, so devotional chanting, okay, when his wife suddenly burst upon him. What is this point that you're doing all this chanting? Go and sit at your shop and bring some rations home. So Sant Tukaram went to his shop and he sold some items. With the money, he purchased some goods, but along the way home, right, he found beggars on the street and kept on giving away the rations to them until he returned home. He only had one sugarcane stick. He handed it to his wife and said, "This is all I have for today." So the wife became so annoyed and agitated, she took that stick and smashed it on his head. Well, she must have hit the stick so hard on his husband's head, right, that the sugarcane broke into two bits, into half. So Sant Tukaram was not disturbed at all. He said, "We had to split it in any case. You take half and I'll take half." And he went into his puja room, the prayer room, and prayed to the Lord. So he said, "Oh Lord, you are so kind to me. You have blessed me with such a wife that I can never become attached to mundane personalities." Now look, his perspective is actually spiritual growth. And that is why the ill behavior of his wife or other people, right, doesn't really bother him. He is seeing in them an opportunity for self-growth and self-unfoldment. Remember this piece of knowledge and try to implement it in your life. Do an introspection to see if you are harboring any grudges and actually strive strongly forward to dispel the slightest trace of a grudge from the heart. For this is the ladder to spiritual growth. So, I hope you learned something from this very insightful video, and it's actually quite a short video instead, okay? And most likely we need to realize that forgiveness, right, is, like I mentioned earlier, is only a gift for ourselves. That's the biggest secret actually. So when you actually learn to forgive yourself, right, you realize that you become lighter and you forget, okay? Forgive and forget. Then only you become so much at ease. You don't carry so much weight on your shoulders. Then happiness appears in your life. Joy appears in your life. Okay? So with that, I end off the video for today. Much love and blessings to you, and Om Shanti.